Aranessa Saltspite, daughter of Manan and irascible captain of the Swordfish. Your very name strikes fear into the soft hearts of the men in the southern realms. Neighboring Tilea is a source of great wealth and resources. Seizing or raiding these settlements will strengthen your fleet for greater voyages. Other, more verminous beings lurk here too. Skaven corruption spreads like a case of scurvy. Although it's an affliction even the dead can succumb to if left to fester. To the west, beast men gather in the forests and woods, looking to strike out at the men of Estalia. While across the sea are the lands of former opulence, which now lie in ruins deep beneath the sands. And yet, the tomb robbers haven't stolen everything. There are still plenty of treasures left to plunder. But it is the sea, not the sand, that calls. The Sea Father would have you sit upon a throne of coral and rule the world, and so sends undead allies to aid your cause. You are the Queen of the Tides. All shall bow to your piratical majesty.
Hello, monsters abound here, and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Immortal Empires, the brand new campaign as Aranessa Saltspite. Now, the true story about how Aranessa Saltspite became such a gifted seafarer begins in the chill waters of the far north. Aranessa was born into the ruling family of a coastal settlement of the Norskans. The chieftain, a proud warrior king in need of a strong successor, was not pleased at all to find that his pregnant wife had delivered him a daughter instead of a son. Worse still, the infant had been born a mutant. Her conjoined legs were wait, hang on a second. In Norska, you've got a mutant. You basically worship of like living rods of uranium. You can't really complain when it turns out your kids are mutants. Anyway, so it turns out she had fish legs. Fair enough. So physical mutation has always been a death sentence among Aranessa's pitless tribe. Before the sun had set, the mewling babe was hurled from the tallest cliffs to be drowned by the pitless sea. How did she get a middle name then? Were they like, oh, she does look like your aunt, doesn't she? Anya? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Shall we call it middle name Anya? That's fact. It's a nice little touch there, isn't it? Right, off you go. Drops, kicks her off the fucking cliff. Anyway, she survived somehow, born by a shimmering school of daggerfish. That's nice. And was suckled by some sea nymphs. Why not? Sure. She lived in a cave, decorated with some shells. That seems nice. I mean, you know, everyone's got to have a hobby. And her daddy, her real daddy, of course, big old Manan, god of the sea, washed up a whole bunch of shit for us. That's nice throughout, you know, teenage, you know, obviously a little bit of guilt there. You know, oh, it's your birthday. Here's the wreck of a ship. Enjoy. Now, so she had that. So that was something. She ended up eventually deciding to saw her legs off and replace them with swordfish noses. I mean, I guess, you know, it's teenage rebellion, isn't it? So at some point throughout our teenage years, we've all wanted to saw our legs off and replace them with swordfish noses. It's a coming of age thing. I think I saw that in the Goonies or something. Anyway, so she sailed out and eventually found a ship. Weirdly, a ship known as the Swordfish. So a little bit of a, I mean, maybe Manan had a, anyway, she was a mute, peg-legged stranger, but apparently she slit throats like the best of them. So the pirates eventually were just like, all right, I guess you can come aboard, and if we leave you alone, it's fine. But she turned out to be quite a good lookout. So we're like, all right, I guess that works. And then she turned out to be quite a good luck charm because she learned very quickly. She learned how to fire a cannon. She was a very good fighter. Eventually, she became first mate. And then, when the captain was devoured by sea gargoyles, which I assume is like an occupational hazard as a pirate. I don't know. I've got no baseline for being a pirate in the Warhammer world, but I assume if you're going to get eaten by sea gargoyles, that's normal? Is it? Don't know. Anyway, so she became the commanding officer because I guess that's what happens. And there she earned the name Saltspite. and went to live in Sartosa, so that's nice. She's got a bit of a beef against the Norskans because obviously they, you know, tried to drop kick her off. Well, I suppose they successfully kicked her off a cliff, and obviously she doesn't like Count Noctilus because there was a whole sort of bit of a beef there later on, so that's fun. Okay, well, so we're playing as Sartosa, and go on, back in your box, creepy old bastard. Yeah, well, I mean, you and so many gamers, and I've got some mods running. So obviously, when the Vampirates came out, now Aranessa is a mutant, but she's very much not a vampire. She's not a vampire. She's not undead. She's not undead, and she doesn't actually like the undead. So the fact that she was like lumped in with the vampire pirates is a bit of a weird move by CA in general, and I've never actually played her before. However, I do have a mod that kind of gives her some more living sort of units, and sort of like the Prometheans. So we've got Prometheans here, not rotting Prometheans, but just normal Prometheans. They're non-rotting Prometheans. They're live Prometheans. So it just kind of makes her faction a bit more of a pirate one. Oh, I meant to go and get that, and now I accidentally moved. Never mind. Okay, well, that's fine. I could start again, but it's a lot of talking to do, so fuck that.
Aranessa Saltspite.
So, it gives her a whole new roster, basically, of living troops, which I think is pretty cool. So we're going to go with that. So, and I did say about maybe getting a mod that would change the victory conditions, but I couldn't find a decent one. So we're just going to go with what we've got here. That's generally fine. Obviously, we have the swordfish here. This is Aranessa's flagship. And, of course, she can build things like a horde. We're going to start with the officer's cabin and a building that's going to give us more growth, ideally. Is there anything that gives us more growth? Here we go. Pirate crew growth. Let's go with that. We'll go with that. We'll also upgrade to the swag sacks, because nothing better than big, bulging sacks of swag.
Mouthful of urchin.
Maybe.
The Queen of Tides.
Can we?
You will be flogged.
Okay, we'll go there. We'll do some building. Boop, boop, boop. Fantastic. And we'll do some recruitment as well. Can we do? We don't have enough money. That's fine. I'm gonna. So we can still recruit undead units, but it's not, you know, it's not the best method. So Aranessa sets up piratical ambitions. So diplomatic relations minus 100 with Norska. Chance of finding treasure matches increased. Income from raiding is increased. Upkeep reduction for Sartosan pirates, Prometheans, and Leviathans, and income from sacking settlements is increased as well, which is very nice.
Ready to swordfish.
Her skills are the Queen of Tides, which has more loyalty for Sartosa fleet admirals. The character aura leadership effect is increased. She has more weapon strength for Sartosan pirate units, more melee attack for Sartosan pirate units, more experience for Sartosan pirates. -1 turn for recruitment for living Promethean and Leviathan units. She also has frenzy for living Promethean and Leviathan units, and her upkeep is increased 50% for Norscan units in the Lord's army, because of course she doesn't, not a fan of the old Norskans. She has a whole line of traits that she can get, sort of based on her little being a mutant. So perfect vigor, it's quite nice. Swordfish, peg leg, there we go. Daughter of Manan, it's got a Queen of Tides, self-taught gunner. Your worst nightmare, which is fine. Increased plunder from encounters at sea, it's always quite nice. Now, my plan is, as much as I have a plan, we're going to get command crew started off with, is we're going to start just whacking in pirate coves everywhere, and we're going to get growth over here. So we're going to stick one in Lucini, and then I'm going to try and go for Mornington Crescent over here. Now, if you've watched the first episode of my Tilia campaign, Sartosa in that had this fucking amazing cannon, and I don't know where that came from because I can't find it in the roster or recruitment or anything, basically. So who knows? So a second first mate. A new officer must be recruited to keep the living side of the crew in line and to keep the unliving side from getting any ideas about mutiny. Get a point of fleet captain, a powder cook, a reaver captain, or priest of Manan. I'm going to go for priest of Manan because I like early casting power. So we've got Robbie Sealegs. There he is. He's got a big old trident. It's basically a pirate caster man. So he has Tide Call, he also has Kiss of the Deeps, Blessing of Manan, which is a bit of a heal, Summon Prometheans, Spearfisher Net, which is a net ability, obviously, because the name. The Drowned, which is a AoE damage effect, and Water Spout, which is a vortex, which is quite nice. Reduces accuracy, speed, acceleration, visibility, range, and charge speed, which is quite nice. Also has the Wrath of Manan, the Wind Spill there, Healing Waters, Master of Tides, Sacred Right. So it's basically like a caster guy, but he's kind of got some additional skills there, which is it's quite nice. So let us attack Lucini. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to encircle. I'm going to encircle there, and we're going to bring Robbie in. Or Robbie Williams, his Loving Angels instead, and then we are going to attack Lucini in the first battle of the campaign. It's got that citrusy fresh first battle of the campaign smell. Refreshing. Brand new campaign battle smell. It's a bit salty. That's because we're pirates. And there's Aranessa Saltspite, and she's of course leading her band of merry men. Well, they're quite merry. I mean, they're probably drunk on rum, so that's fine. We've got a cannon. It's got two different types of shot. It's got like a grape shot, just like a big old scattergun type thingy, and a normal shot. Obviously, the scatter shot is very good at taking out large blobs of... Oh, that's jammy! Oh, more jam! Give me the jam. Show me the jam. Jam, 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 jammy. Give me jam. Give me jam. Jam! Lovely stuff. Good. Right, now this battle's not going to be particularly difficult. Oh, I love it. Oh, I need more cannons. It's quite potent. Pretty good. Anyway, so far so good. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. And of course we've got lots of guns. So we've got our Sartosan pirates with handguns. We've got the Sartosan smugglers. They have like a sort of like upgraded Sartosan free militia. One of them. Anyway, the swords and pistols. And then we've got the Sartosan saboteurs, who of course are like grenady boys. Not that I think they're going to get any chance to get any shots off, because it looks like most of the enemy army is broken already. And these spearmen don't have guns. Oh, we're going to get a little bit of a melee action over here as our Sartosan pirates with dual swords take on the poor spearmen there, set them fleeing back into the forest. Getting some rallying action here though, as the spearmen decide to come and have another go. They're like, well, maybe the first time was just a fluke. We'll give it another shot and see what happens.
As long as we outnumber them, we will hold.
Yeah, I've got some bad news for you. You do not outnumber me. You never did, so... Okay, well, yep, that'll do it. Oh, yes! Yes, explosions! Jam! Yeah, this is my jam. Good. Anyway, looks like they're trying a flanking maneuver. Is this going to pay off? No, is the answer to that one. We do have our dual sword pirates, just in case we do need them. I don't think we're going to need them, to be honest. I think the enemy are probably going to run away before they ever get a chance. I stand corrected. That guy's head's come off. And there they go, running back from whence they came. I mean, that was an easy first battle, wasn't it? I mean, that was kind of a formality. I could have auto-resolved that and it would have been fine. We lost one. And we're going to establish a pirate cove. We've got Sartosa map right for Robbie Sea Legs. It's nice, and a forbidden rod. Apparently Robbie's got himself on a... got his hands on a forbidden rod as well. There you go. That's Sartosa map right. Okay, so what we can do here is we can whack a smuggler's cove in. That's going to give us 200 income. Or alternatively, almost 300 income, because we get the bonuses from the buildings in the region, which includes Mornington Crescent, which already... So we're going to get that bonus as well. Apparently. Didn't realise, but apparently we will. And so that's going to be quite nice. So we'll grab that, because that's some nice little certain income. So we're going to go with Seasoned Captain. It's going to give us Lightning Strike and more campaign movement range. And old Robbie... Robbie Williams here. Because, you know, Sea Legs, Williams, He's going to have a fantastic career as a singer-songwriter and then go mad, buy a van, and drive around Nagaron looking for UFOs or something. Who cares? Anyway.
Oh, praise the Sea Father!
Yeah, praise the Sea Father. So we're going to go with Munitions Hut, because that... No, wait, we're going to save our money so we can get the extra monies from... So yeah, my plan... Because I don't really want a big... I don't want big territory. I'm not interested with land. What I want is pirate coves. So my plan is big pirate cove action. You heard it here first. So the stench of rotting flesh fills the sea breeze. Corpses wash up against the hull of the swordfish in higher numbers, and then men grow restless. Something moves out there in the great ocean. The men feel it. Perhaps recruiting a new fleet admiral will help quell their fears for ending up like the unliving crewmates. Let's get 1,000 monies. We need to recruit a living lord. We'll get right on that as soon as I feel like it.
Brine for blood!
So, what I'm going to do...
Onwards!
Let's meander up here.
More bodies washed up.
We're going to get something like that. We're going to recruit some gunnery boys. And we're going to push on... Now, we do have Borgio the Besieger here recruiting an army.
Fear the pirate queen!
So, if we can lure that army in, kill it, and then push on to Mornington Crescent, then we can stick a pirate cove in there, and then maybe even get a peace treaty with them, and then we could just ignore them and just siphon the money off. That's the dream. So, I've got some options here. We have a Dwarf Buccaneer. Dwarf Buccaneers with Blunderbuss. I mean, that sounds fucking amazing. Oh, but no, I need this, don't I? Don't I have the money for that? What did I? Oh, I recruited stuff, didn't I? I mean, but I want... Look, I could get Dwarf Buccaneers, and then I can get Dwarf Buccaneers with Blunderbusses. Like, that sounds great. Because I like the Blunderbuss deadly guys, and I don't think I can get those, so we should definitely... Can I? I should check. Oh, looks like Borgio's sailing on down. What's he up to, do we think?
The tides!
I am now. Okay.
The pirate queen needs a throne.
Okay.
Move!
Let's see if we can lure him in.
They'll take the bait.
Let's do a little ambush down there. We will get the Smuggler's Cove in there. It's only going to take one turn. I'm also going to get the... Ooh, infrastructure build. More growth would be quite nice. I think we could get Ship Carpenter because I think that will reduce the cost of building our ship buildings. I think. We've also got this. I should probably, because if you come out, hang on. No, you're fine. Yeah, I knew there was one down there. So we get more money and infamy, good stuff. Right, so pirate treasures, yes, can do pirate treasures. I often forget because they're not usually that useful. I'm going to get the Buccaneers hideout because I want some big burly naked dwarves. You heard? Yeah, I'm going to say it. I'm going to come out and say it. I want big burly naked dwarves. I don't care who hears it. Okay, ideal. So, you've come down here. What we can do is do something like that. Get a little army going on. Get you in here. And then attack you. Where are you running to, you big girls' blouse? Come back here. Alright, I could lightning strike this, but I'm not going to because I want to kill all of them. It's got the enemy reinforcements coming in on our flank, which is quite good because it means... Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. The Sartosa Saboteur is getting right in there as we lock down the enemy unit with Spearfisher's nets. It's going to lock them in place and reduce their melee defense as well. So we've got a lovely little firing arc here. Already, a lot of these guys running away. The crossbows are going to be the only real issue for us. They will be doing already 18, 20. They're getting a lot of kills. I need to deal with them. Aranessa is dealing with the enemy general. She's very spinny, isn't she? She's a spinny girl. She's had her Weetabix and no bloody mistake. And everyone else is Weetabix by the looks of it. Jeez. Uh-oh. No, guys, no, wrong place. Run away. Okay, well, we'll get rid of those crossbows with liberal. Oh, they've got 66 kills. That's not good. I don't think they're going to get many more, to be honest. There we go. They're gone. And the rest of the enemy army is advancing. I guess they were hoping. Ooh. Cannons already getting some work done there. I guess they were hoping that they'd crush us between a little Sartosan pirate sandwich, but no. I've decided not to be the meats. So we have to. We've got Borgio the Besieger. He's not a very exciting character, but he's got no peripheral vision. He's taken a few head injuries, but he's very tough to kill, mostly because of this difficult to slay, which obviously does what you'd think. So basically, if his hit points drop below 50%, he gets a massive heal. Almost basically he just heals up to full, and he can do that every 180 seconds if he's losing melee combat. So it makes him as the skill states difficult to kill. So he's a tanky boy, but he's just not very good in every other regard. You just kind of stick him in place and come back to him later, and he's usually fine. Usually dribbling on his shoes or something. Okay, we've got the noble retinue, which is coming round the flank. We're trying to. I should have got the Prometheans in there sooner. We've got them in there now. The noble retinue is big. I don't remember having a noble retinue as Borgio myself, but I guess that's fine. I mean, you know, they got a good charge bonus, but pretty much bad everything else. Borgio is not having a good time. As you can see, he's healed straight up, and then he's in combat. At least that ability will be on cooldown now, so that's something. We also have Robbie Williams, who is trying. Yeah, he's not right. Okay, so Borgio just knocked him on his ass. That's not great. The handguns are not the best in melee. They actually got fairly good melee attack. Not particularly good melee defense, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think we should be able to deal with this, no problem. The cannons already up to 142 kills, slamming their way through those crossbowmen, leaving big old trails of dead crossbows everywhere, which is exactly... Yeah, crossbows are nasty, except when they're being liquidized. Oh, some lovely shots getting in there, taking out those crossbows. Yeah. Robbie Williams getting his revenge, poking Borgio in the bottom with a tuning fork, which is good, I guess. Okay, so we've beaten up Borgio, and obviously he retreated, so he's going to be dead. Toodle bit. To build an additional siege tower for each batch built. That's nice. Right, and then we can sack this place, and we don't have to worry too much about it. Be really going to kill that? Okay, fine. We can sack it. It's not going to affect our income, because our income from this place is like set at 200. So we're not taking a percentage of what the settlement makes. So that's good. We're going to encamp here, and I'm tempted to get plunder. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Pirate Lord, and we're going to go with Firing Line. So let's do that. And then we can just recruit some undead to sort of like fill up the army with. And let's go with Summon. Okay, let's go with the heal, and then we'll go to Summon Prometheans. We'll go with that one. We can recruit Dwarf Buccaneers if we want, but at this moment in time, we don't really need to. I could go with the... I think I do need the growth here, so we're going to go with the... I don't know how the tree and noose increases growth. I guess, you know, if you're a vampire hanging people, that's technically growth. Sort of.
The Sea Father tasks me to destroy you.
Hello.
What?
Peace. No, not yet. Not yet, because I haven't put a pirate cove in Mornington Crescent. Once we've got a pirate cove in there,
A pirate queen needs a throne.
then you can have peace. See?
We're ship
I am... You know, I have my reasons.
Move.
I kind of want to
Onwards.
just book it over here, don't I? And
More bodies washed
in
up.
camp to get the replenishments. We can get rid of one of you. We can get another
Aranessa
gunner in there.
Saltspite.
So let's do that. I don't have to worry too much about you.
No.
I think we're fine. The garrison here is quite beefy. So again, don't need to worry. But again, so if you watch my Tilly campaign, like the cannon, right?
The
We've got a cannon somewhere, but it's not a regiment of renowned. I can't find... I genuinely don't know where it came from. Not a clue. They had this horrendous cannon which fired like... It wiped out like half a unit with each shot. It was brutal. It's amazing. I really wanted it, but I don't know where it is. Maybe it was a bug or something. Oh well.
I'm no mermaid.
Oh well. Right, now I could build siege towers here. We get a Pyrrhic victory, but it will kill the vast majority of my army. Now they do have these mortars, which are quite nasty. You know, fair play, quite nasty. I think I can probably overrun them before they can get those cannons operational. So, right, we'll send the dead people in first, because then the people who aren't dead yet will maybe live a little bit longer, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously taking this on is going to be quite risky. They've got, you know, a fair number of missile units there, plus a lot of artillery. Ideally, I should have brought some siege towers, or maybe even moved my artillery into range. But we're gonna take this city. We're gonna take this city on rock and no, build this city, isn't it, on rock and roll? But the point is, we're gonna take this city. We're gonna put a big pirate cove in it, and under no means are we going to raise it accidentally. That's not foreshadowing, trust me. Okay, so we're moving the Prometheans in to take out the gates. Once we're inside, we should be okay. In the meantime, though, we're going to take a lot of damage from these missile units. It's going to sting. It's going to sting a lot. Obviously, we don't have shields or anything, so... yeah, it's fine. I mean, at least the dead people are dying first, which is good. That's good, so that's fine. And the living people are going to live... Unfortunately, they're... Have you ever noticed this? Is sometimes they're like, I'm just going to walk up to the wall, and maybe it takes time for them to get their arse ladders out. I don't know, but they just sort of sit there for a little while and think about, you know, they're looking up there, you know, drawing their breath in through their teeth and go, oh, I don't know if my arse ladder will reach that high, to be honest, mate, despite the fact that all the walls in the Warhammer world are built to a very basic standard. So, it should work, but, you know, just don't know. Right, there we go. We're finally deciding to get our arse ladders up. There we go. Up the arse ladders. Yes, let us go. Perfect. Right, once we're in melee combat, we should be fine. There's a bit of a missile duel going on here. It's not one that we're really going to be able to win, though, against these entrenched missile... Plus the artillery, of course. That's obviously not going to go very well. Once we're inside the city with the Prometheans, they're not rotting. It's just the way they smell. Once we're in through the gate, we can then hopefully head towards city centre, try and take that out. As you can see, we're taking a lot of damage in general. A lot of the zombie mobs getting annihilated, but that's okay because they're free. Well, I say free. I mean, they don't take any time to recruit. We're through the gates, and the Sartosan pirates are a lot better than the handguns, so we are, yeah, smooshing them. Good. Right, now we need to get in, take out this artillery, because it's just pounding us relentlessly, and there's not much I can do about it. So our Prometheans, actually pretty good. Their melee attack and defense and weapon strength are great. I should get more of them. I think the rotting variant are not... I mean, I guess the problem is they're dead already, right? So, but these guys, they're big old crab monsters, aren't they? Good stuff. I do think that CA should have done a little bit more for Aranessa to make her a bit more unique from the vampires. I think that, I mean, making a living variant of all of the dead units is obviously possible, and yeah, it would have been more work, but it would have made Aranessa just a lot more of a unique faction, make a lot more sense. I'm glad the mod is available though. You can find all the mods I'm using in the description below. So our pirates dealing with these spearmen. Got a lot more melee attack than them, and our weapon strength is good, and we are anti-infantry, so we are dealing with them very nicely.
Don't stop until they're all dead!
Sartosan pirates. What's this ability they've got? Rowdy. So as long as they are... So as long as their leadership isn't wavering, they get perfect vigour. Okay, interesting. That's very powerful. You don't really see the effects of what vigour does to your unit. I wish you did. I wish they did show like what the effects of vigour or how they were affecting your unit. Even if it was just a little tooltip to go, you are receiving, you know, -5 this, -10% that, something, you know, just to show you that this is, you know, your unit's tired, so therefore it's fighting less effectively. So a little angry Sebastians heading towards the city centre. We actually got some of our Sartosan pirates engaging the spearmen. They seem to be doing quite well, to 39 kills there. But the Prometheans are now rampaging into the mortars and having a little... It's a glitch in the Matrix. It's fine. They're having a little bit of trouble getting around the mortars. That's it. There we go. You're getting it, guys. It's fine. Just attack them. It's okay. There's lots of mortars here. It's fine. It's fine. We've also summoned in some more Prometheans because we can do that with old Robbie Williams. There we go. Yeah, good luck with that. So it looks like the mortars are retreating. Looks like everyone's retreating. And that's good. I feel like we took a lot of damage taking Mornington Crescent, but it's going to be worth it when we get that delicious pirate hideout cove thingy in here. And not raise the city. That was pretty brutal. But... Wait, I didn't want to press that, did I? I wanted the other one. I wanted the other one. I pressed the wrong button. Don't you hate it when you go... Right, I want you to burn the city down. No, wait! Wait, I mean a pirate... And they're like, oh, so sorry, we've accidentally raised the entire city. I'm like, oh, fuck. Right, I meant to put a pirate cove in there. Unfortunately, what I've done is accidentally burned the entire place down.
Bring them back.
These things happen. So...
No respect. As yet.
I mean... Yeah, I didn't want to do that. But I've done it now. No point crying over spilt milk, or indeed torched cities. So let us replace some of our boys. Oh, we could get the Dwarf Buccaneers. Look at these lads. Holy shits. Well, we'll probably do that. But let's get a lynching post, because that's an upgrade from the tree and noose. You know, that's infrastructure.
Praise Manon.
Indeed, praise Manon. Okay, so we've accidentally burned down Mornington Crescent. Not quite what I wanted to do, but
We return to Sartosa as legend.
it's done now. So there we go. I guess I'm going to continue. Jeez, you've got a lot of... Well, you've got a lot of armies. Just a lot of stuff. Right, well, maybe if we leave them alone, they'll go and resettle it, and then I can put a pirate city settlement outpost thingy jig in... Yeah, I think that's my plan. We'll wait until they resettle it, and then we'll not burn it down this time. But that'll have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Praise the